Am I the asshole for letting my dad know I'm not part of my mom and stepdad's family? I F16 live the majority of the time with my dad. I see my mom, stepdad, and half-siblings F6 and M42 3 times a week. I have always gotten the vibe my stepdad didn't like me because I'm not his biological kid, but now I'm sure of it. For a few weeks now my mom and stepdad have been talking about a vacation they want to do Labor Day weekend. They have done so around me multiple times. A few nights ago I was visiting them and started asking questions about the vacation. When my mom informed me I can't go, I asked why not. "You guys talked about it in front of me, you would think that means I'm going or at least invited to go." My stepdad said, "Well, it is just a family vacation." Which honestly really hurt. Well, when I went back home to my dad's I was still really hurt and my dad could see that, so he asked what was wrong. I explained the situation and how my stepdad said it was just a family vacation and that's why I couldn't go. My dad was pissed and ended up going to my mom's to yell at my mom and stepdad. Now both are mad at me, saying they should be allowed to go on vacation with just them and their kids. I don't always have to go, I'm just being an entitled brat. Not the asshole. Frankly, you're old enough to choose who you live with. Choose the people in life who choose you. Ask your dad if you can see a therapist to work through these issues. I'd go low or no contact with your mom for now until you are ready and or able to be around them. That may not be for a long time. And that's okay. Hopefully therapy and your dad will help you to find a way to heal. This is so terrible and hurtful and I am very sorry. So now that you know your stepdad feels this week, you are likely old enough to do something with that info. If it were me, as a petty 16-year-old, would say that you don't want to go back there. And make sure mom and stepdad know it's because you aren't family. Is this nice? No. But it is what I would have done. Would your dad be okay with you spending less than there? Do you want to spend less time there? People can be really cruel. And I am so sorry you are just now learning this. Not the asshole. Tars are your stepdad and mom. Unfortunately, even if they relented in having you go with them on vacation, they would have still alienated you. They suck for hanging a carrot in front of you like that. Good thing you have your dad who's in your corner. Not the asshole. Shame on your mom and stepdad. The way you're feeling about this situation is totally natural, of course you're hurt. Good for your dad for saying something to them. Not the asshole. X200B. But next time they ask for anything help, or anything that can be seen as some family activity, just remind them that I'm not family, remember. Ask your dad to live with him all the time, and make sure to hurt your mom and stepdad where it hurts, wallet and pride. And next time you visit mom, get your stuff out, all of it. Mugs, paintings and so on, all of it. Have dad modify custody to him as primary and make mom pay child support. Visitation at your discretion. Not the asshole. Your mother agrees with him. I'm so sorry. So very sorry. Not the asshole. Your stepdad needs a good kick in the rear and your mom is even worse than him if she didn't invite you and stand up for you when he said that. If I were you, I would totally cut off my mom. I absolutely would quit speaking to her because this is totally unacceptable for a mother to do. And I speak from understanding as my parents were divorced as well and my mom was a piece of work in her own way. I didn't speak to her for a few years at one point. Not the asshole. What an awful thing to say, and while your stepdad is obviously an AH, your mother is also a massive AH for not sticking up for you. Your father was completely correct in being pissed off. There's a million ways they could have figured out how to exclude you from the trip without saying you aren't family. Your mother and stepdad are massive Rs. Not the asshole. Your mom and stepdad need to take a long walk off a short pier at this point. What kind of parent allows anyone to tell their child they aren't part of the family? I truly hope you don't go back to see them. Let your mom feel the pain of not having you around. And if she doesn't feel pain or reach out, you'll know where you stand with her. Simple. Not the asshole. You answered a question. What happened next is not something you could control. Not the asshole. Your mother is being horrible. You're her child, no matter what man she's with. And if your stepdad really meant being a stepfather, he would jump at the opportunity to take you along. At least it looks like your dad has his head screwed on right. Stick to him. Not the asshole. They should be allowed to go on vacation with just them and their kids. This says it all. They don't consider you to be one of them. You're obviously not the asshole, but you do have to decide what to do next. It is very possible for you to go NC or LC as you are 16, and if you ask them to, judges will likely side with your father and grant him full custody of you. I'm pretty sure that's how it works, that once you're 15 you get a say, but I'm no lawyer, so you're going to have to take a look into that. Not the asshole. That's extremely hurtful to hear. Not the asshole. Your mom and stepdad ain't SHT for that crap. Don't deal with them if they want to exclude you like that, but got the nerve to discuss it in front of you like you can't hear. SMH, I'm sorry girl. Not the asshole. That was incredibly insensitive of them. Not the asshole. You mom and stepdad are huge ass. I would leave with my things and never look back. They put you at a crossroad, you have some choices. I love that your father stood up for you. He's a rock star. I would make sure you mom knows how deep that comment cut. If she apologizes, it's up to you to decide if you want to accept or not. Either way, you are not TA. Enjoy time with your dad, he sounds great. It was critically important that you tell your father what was said. Your mother and stepfather are absolutely wrong to exclude you from the family. It's okay if their poor behavior has consequences for them. Not the asshole. Not the asshole. That is horrible. That was a cruel thing to say. Half siblings are still siblings, and you have been told that you aren't their sister. Your mother is the worst here for not sticking up for you, and your stepdad is really just your mum's husband now. Not the asshole. Your mom is. I will never understand how parents will sideline one of their children when they have a new partner and new children. Shame on them for trying to gaslight you. You and your father had good reason to be hurt, angry. Take time to really access your relationship with your mom. Not the asshole. Your dad could tell you were upset and asked why. You gave an honest answer. Your mother and stepfather told you that you weren't their family. Your dad getting pissed is a consequence of that statement. Personally, that would be enough for me to go NC with the whole lot of them. You're not being entitled or a brat. Not the asshole. The only entitled brats in this situation are your mom and stepdad. Might be time for you to stop visiting since you aren't family. Not the asshole, and that is horrible. And big props to your dad for reading them the riot act. I would not set foot in your mother's house again in this lifetime. So sorry. Not the asshole. Wow, your mom quickly forgot you are her child. She's more interested in keeping her hubby happy than caring about her actual daughter. I'd just cut them all out of your life. Start thinking of her as egg donor instead of mother. She would literally be dead to me after this. Edited to say daughter. Not the asshole. The petty person in me would tell your mother that if you're not family, then she's not your mother and her kids are not your siblings. Hi, I'm so sorry about the situation you are in. My situation is exactly the same, except it's my stepmother. Honestly, don't be hurt. These people are weak to you and not worth your time or feelings. Your dad sounds awesome. He is your family. Go NC with your mum and don't look back. Sending loves. Also massive. Not the asshole. They are. Not the asshole. They can go on vacation with whoever they want. The issue is they rudely kept discussing a trip you're not invited on around you, when you asked about details because you thought you'd be going. they pointedly said you were not family. Your stepfather said you are not family and your mother didn't stand up for you. You are not an entitled brat for being upset at this. Any reasonable person would be. The entitled comment is really funny. Because yes, you should be entitled to a loving family who treats you like an equal. The nerve of these people to treat you like this and then try and make you seem unreasonable for just wanting to be included. You're their child. Absolutely not the asshole. Not the asshole. Your mom is awful here because you are her biological child and in every way her family in the highest way possible. This is cruel, regardless of if you would even want to go or not. I would make a point not to return to them. Stay only with your dad. If your mom cares enough to ask, say you wanted to only live with family. Not the